Hello, this is Eyewitness Report on Channels Television. Today, Gedegede community in Ajah area of Lagos bewildered by an alleged blockade to a canal that serves the locality. As road construction and rehabilitation continue in parts of Lagos, the Federal Controller Works speaks on efforts, plans and challenges. 2 Enugu Electricity Distribution Company staff assaulted in Gedegede community in Anambra State. It's a frequent occurrence, says the head corporate communications of the organization. Join us for these and more on Eyewitness Report. A video of an ongoing estate development in the Gedegede area of Ajah, Lagos was sent to us. Well, the thrust of the story is that the residents are alleging a blockade to the only canal in the area, and they are afraid of the danger this may portend. As far as the estate developers are concerned, they have followed due process in carrying out their project. Join us. This is Mobi Road in the Ajah area of Lagos, where several communities displaced from Morocco were resettled by the Lagos state government several years ago. Considering the flood-prone nature of the area, the Lagos state government created a major canal to channel water all the way from Ogombo down to the lagoon.
Every 3 months. You will love mobile. Excavator not the water clear and go to bed. For this one, every 3 months.
However, an eyewitness video of a major construction close to the canal sent to us attracted our attention. It's a massive fence of an ongoing estate project which appears to have significantly narrowed down the water channel.
Which kind of game? A big pastor.
Serious one.
Is it not game?
Serious one.
Oh.
The impact of this, according to our eyewitness on the area, is troubling.
You know, when I saw it at first, I thought, this should not be happening. And I took it upon myself to, do the video and then send across to Channels TV. And I was happy that, they took it up immediately. And this is the response that we're getting today. We are so happy that Channel is doing this, that they took it upon themselves to, come to the aid of the people so that the people in authority can actually do something about this sort of situation. I mean, we thought that we have gone past this in Lagos State, but seeing this happen now just goes to tell us that we need to continue to engage the people in authority, and this is a very, very good platform to be able to do that.
The traditional head of Gedegede, one of the several communities under the siege of flood, sheds light on the challenges encountered as a result of the project.
Yeah, we approached the developers that are working there. We approached them, and what they told us was that they have their approval from the government, and that the government told them to do the canal. And getting down to that place, we see that they've narrowed the canal to a small gutter. So that is the real problem on ground. So they said they are going to do this thing. In fact, not only the canal, they block a road in my community. They block the road, and there's no way for water to go to the canal. Now they said they are going to bring one pipe, they are going to do underground canal, this and that. What they did now was just a small gutter. And up till this moment, my community is still flooded. And this doesn't happen before.
As for Mr. Obiano Spencer, who resides in a nearby estate, him and other residents have wondered why the increased intensity of flood until they noticed the blockade.
Now, how it affects us is that because our own estate is channeled into this, so when it's filled up and then there's no water flowing out, it goes back to the estate. And opposite us, where you have some residents, they also suffer. Now, we also have relationship with those same people that live in those settlements. Either they are relations or they work for us, and anything that affects them also affects us. I mean, I don't expect, if I have a driver living there with his family and his house is flooded, I don't expect him to come and take me to wherever I'm going instead of attending to the problem at home. So we decided each time, let's clear it. Every other time, it keeps blocking. So essentially, if you look very well, you see that it's been cleared, but the water is still there because of that blockage down. So we can't go out. So that's the challenge we have. It happens every rainy season.
Further into the community is the residence of Mrs. Binuyo, whose fence has collapsed. She speaks of the attendant frustration with every raindrop.
We even had to raise our gate here to stop the water from coming from Ikota because we were, we're still tackling, the fallback from the canal here. So we couldn't even add any more water from outside. So we had to, in fact, at this point, I'm even thinking of moving out because now my fence is down because, of course, this is an empty plot next to my house. So, of course, when it rains, water stays. Everywhere is flooded. You can't even go. Nobody wants to come. You call an Uber. Uber would not even want to come here. I have kids. They can't even step out. My maid cannot even go to buy anything. So I'm even considering renting my place out because it's tiring. You're coming, you're battling traffic, battling bad roads. You get to your house, you can't even get in. So even while we're even raising the gate here, that was what I made up my mind that I might leave because we would have to wade through that water because we had to leave our cars outside for days, for over a week, for that frontage to be dry, just because of this ridiculousness.
What the residents need now is for the relevant authorities and agencies to step into this matter and avert a looming danger.
Water is everywhere. Water is everywhere. This community is not as like every normal Lagos land. There is water everywhere. But it's just like you are saying, small water. It doesn't disturb anybody from doing anything. But right from the time this place is blocked, water flooded everywhere, even to the mission house, even to the church. Everywhere. We are killing fish in our door, just like anything.
Our collective demand is that government come to our rescue. Most times people gather like this and cry. Nobody listens. We've had this where the whole thing is going. So we are pleading with government to quickly run to our rescue because houses are falling. Kids can't go to school. Things are happening. So let them please answer us. Let them run to our rescue.
They created their own internal rules.
However, we reached out to the estate developer, DPK. Represented by their legal counsel and project engineer, they presented their side of the story and plans which they say never excluded the host communities. First, they present proof that the land in question was duly acquired.
We acquired some plots from Gedegede people, the family themselves, and we acquired the interest that they had created in other people prior to our own interest from them because we need large expanse of land to do our Bella Vista Phase 2. There were allegations when we moved to sites, of course, that there may be blockage of the canal and everything. So we held several meetings with the opinion leaders of the community, especially their ballets and their chiefs, and where we assured them that the drainage that we were bringing from Bella Vista Phase 1, we take it down to meet with the government drainage, which is what we are doing. But because of the rain that came heavily, we couldn't cast again for us to link that drainage from the government to that our fence so that it can channel water down to that place. And immediately you call the company. When they informed me, I went to the community, I listened to the agitation, and we approached the Bale that, okay, Bale, what do you want us to do? He said, we must take that the company must take that drainage to meet with that place so that it can direct the water down to our well-built tall drainage. So, and I told him that, okay, that's fine. But the thing is that, we cannot do it until we have rain subside small. So I think that is, and we have discussed with the engineer of the company. They are already assessing that. Of course, it's not our duty, but because of the commitment that the company had already made, they said, okay, they will do it and link the drainage from that government, where the government stopped, like a 4-meter drainage that government did, to link with the drainage that we were taking right from beside the estate. So that's what we are doing.
They also speak on the bone of contention, which is the fence and its impact on the water channel.
I heard that there's a complaint that we blocked the canal. I was kind of shocked because I know for a fact there's nobody that in this Lagos that can block a canal, because even we have a property there that is billion naira property there. How can we block a canal? It's going to affect us. We're even right beside the canal. If we block it, the water is going to overflow and destroy our investment. We are closer to the canal than the community. If you go there and see what I'm talking about, our estate is right beside the canal. Any reasonable person will know that if you block a canal, you're doomed. There's no way you can live there. You understand? So my point to you is, when I heard that we block a canal, I was kind of shocked, because I was thinking, like, how does that happen? It doesn't make any sense to me. So now, when I think my lawyer told me that, because when they were coming from Mobi Road, the fence that we created make it look like the canal is blocked. And if you look at it very well, where government stopped, right? The canal the government did, I don't even call it canal, I call it water channel. That's the engineering word of it, and water channel. So what happened was, where this water channel stopped, the one that the government did, right? After that junction, there's a water flow, because there's no channel for it, because it stopped. So after where the government water channel stopped, when it rained, or when the water's coming from that whatever, it just overflowed to left and right to people's houses, you know. So when they approach that, please, can you please, where your channel, water channel is coming from our own estate, where we're supposed to stop, can you please continue that water channel to meet where the government water channel stopped? I had to talk to the management of the company, because I knew it's going to cost us money. We had a meeting, we have an executive meeting for that, and it was approved that we can go ahead and give the community the extension of that water channel so it can meet where the government stopped. And I'm talking about over 20-something million naira. That I think, if I'm right, I think it's like 176 meters from where the government stopped to where we supposed to stop. So we're doing retaining wall from the right-hand side and left-hand side, just to give it a definition where the water is going to pass through, instead of water going left or right, going to people's houses.
When canals are built, a certain meters of setback is meant to be observed by developers. They speak on this as well.
This is the main drainage channel, right? Coming from Ikota GRA, you know, all the way to Mobi Road. So now we did this retaining wall to give this drainage definition where the water can flow. We did this retaining wall right here, and we did this one too, right here. So now the drainage have a definition now, right? So water can pass through here. And there's a setback from this retaining wall we did here to almost like 5 meters, you know, plus the road we created over here. Altogether is almost like 14 meters away from the drainage channel. All the structures or building that we're going to build there is going to be on this, you see these red lines.
On the way forward, they call on the communities to make the most of the drains they already created.
Now, that place that you are talking about, having created the drainage, the community now has the duty. If you look at that road, even from now, you won't even know that people are staying there. There are bushes there. There are sand. There are piles of sand that block their various, in front of their various houses. They have to clear those bushes and clear the sand that are piled up. You will see them if you go there now. Once they clear that one, water will pass through easily. Those are the things that block the water from going through the drainage that we created for them. So when I met the Baale at the last time, he said we should be the one that will come and clear the bush for them and also clean up the sand. Though I discussed with the company, but I don't know how the company will react to it. But that is actually what does not make that water flow.
At the moment, both sides are still stuck to their guns and not ready to back down. A proper environmental impact assessment is required, and hopefully the Lagos State government would provide that.